What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Al.S Gaming. Today we have some interesting news from the FanFest all the way in France. So let's just get right into it. So let's see. As you can see over here, they had some live arrangement in terms of live music. I'm not sure what exactly happened, but yeah. So we have this, which is the unit design contest winner for Europe. His name is called Sergey, I think that's how you pronounce it, and he's pretty interesting. His TMR is supposed to be Facade of Balance, and it's a bit small, so I can't really see right now, but I think what's going to happen is they're going to take the the winners from different continents, and then maybe pick one final winner, and I guess that guy will win a grand prize or something, and that will become a unit. Or maybe even all three or all four top winners might become potential units, I guess. So next we have some trials, I guess. If I'm not wrong, he had to defeat this particular trial before the balloon pops or something like that. I'm not sure which trial this is, but I don't think it would have been that difficult given that they would want to give away prizes pretty much. So let's see. Yeah, and this is the exciting part. Over here we have confirmed the Nier Automata collaboration, which JP actually just got recently, but I guess it's our turn. And for those of you who haven't played the game, it's actually a pretty interesting game. Obviously it's a continuation of the Nier series, and this is essentially set in a dystopian future where humans have left the Earth, and it's pretty much robots trying to pretty much take care of the Earth, a bit like Wall-E, but with more fighting, I guess. It's cool. The storyline's pretty good, and gameplay looks pretty good as well. So what we'll be getting is global exclusives. So we'll be getting A2 as well as Eve. Now I'm kind of happy sad for this because on the banner we will be getting B2, I think, 2B and 9S as well. So the issue with this is that, if I'm not wrong, 2B should be a 5-star base, and there is a chance of A2 being a 5-star base. So if that's the case, there is an even lower chance of you pulling either of them, or pretty much pulling the one that you want. So let's take a look. As you can see over here, this is this is 2B, and I mean we don't actually have any information about A2 right now, or Eve. Just know that they are characters in the game, and it's pretty sweet in my opinion. Their sprites and artwork, I like it, but we have to see what kind of abilities they give them. So given that Zargabath recently that we got was a bit underwhelming, he's not bad, to be fair. He's not a bad unit, it's just I think everyone expected him to be more of a physical damage dealer or attacker, but it turns out he's more of a support, similar to Minfilia. So as you can see over here, she's a 5-star base, going all the way to 6-star, and over here we have 9S, which is a 4-star base going to 6-star. So looking at her stats, she goes, looking at 2B stats, she has about 3600 HP, which is pretty high, and her attack is decent, 155, no innate resistances or no innate resistances to elements or ailments. But let's look at his skills. Limit Burst, 10 AoE hits, I'm not sure what 10 FR means, maybe frame rate, and it goes all the way up to 545%, while ignoring 50% defense. So that's not bad. I guess if the frame rate is decent, it could be able to chain with certain things here and there, but what makes her really good is her kit. So let's take a look. 6-star rarity at level 1. Okay, she gets a single target 10 hit, 7 frames, I think that's what it means. 400% damage. Is this... okay, I'm not sure if it's enhanced, I think, or if you have to use the skill before that. But if you don't, or if this is enhanced, it goes all the way to 600% damage, which is pretty decent. 45 MP is... I would say it's not that steep given that Divine Ruination uses the same amount. So we have rarity, okay, so 5-star, we'll get AoE 5 hits, 250%, or if you use whatever this is, you will get times 3 AoE 5 hits. So that's pretty decent, I guess. It seems to be a trend whereby newer units require you to use a skill beforehand to get a stronger skill in later on. So this can be seen in units such as, what's her name? Gabrinth, if I'm not wrong, and I guess you can see it over here. Riku is a very good example as well, where you activate a skill and then the next turn you have access to 3 more skills. So let's see. Okay, so this is pretty interesting. 99 mana or 99 MP and AoE 1 hit physical damage, 999% attack costing 99% of HP. So you can't dual wield this, and it's very similar to this by Grace. The only difference is that you don't die, and yeah. So I'm not sure if killer abilities work for this. If it does, it's pretty decent in my opinion. If it doesn't, then I don't think you'll be using this too much, or yeah, maybe there could be some use with this if you equip with one of those materials whereby when your HP drops below a certain percent, you get you pretty much get a buff. So I guess it could have some sort of use here, given that you don't die. Next skill, randomly grant for 1 turn. Okay, you have a 50% chance of killing yourself. Not the greatest, evidently. You have 20% to do 8 hits for 200%, as well as a chance to paralyze. 10% to do a 400 times 4 multiplier AoE, single target, sorry. A chance to do AoE 1 hit, physical 400% damage, as well as 20% chance to do AoE 100% chance to poison. I don't think this is a skill I'll be using if I got her, given that half the time you are going to kill yourself. It's not really ideal in my opinion. So we have R050, which does 6 hits, 5 frames per second, I'm not sure. Physical damage 275%, and 2 turn self buff, I guess. So you get machine killer basically. And if you used some other skill before that, you pretty much do 6 hits for a higher multiplier, 550%, as well as getting the machine killer. So she could be quite useful against Ayagamon. This is what you call it, basically the robot trial that's coming up. And if this stacks, you could pretty much have a 100% machine killer stacking on top of a regular machine killer, if you guys have that from Edgar, that's his TMR. Next we have, let's see, 20% chance to dodge physical and 10% chance to dodge magic, which is decent. Attack plus 30%, pretty good. Single target physical damage 200%, 5 turns, minus 50 thunder resistance. So I guess there is some use in this if you were trying to pretty much do an imperil for thunder. I can't think of any units that would be good with this. Maybe Olive, given that Sparky should have a lightning element. Maybe Lightning, I guess, or if you were to dual cast Tanaja on Ash, or maybe even CG Sakura. So that's pretty interesting. Okay, so we have another 100% versus machines. So if this stacks with which skill was it? If this stacks with this skill, you have a 200% extra damage to machines, and if it stacks with Machine Killer, then you have a 250% extra damage to machines. So she could be very useful against the new trial. So next we have Auto Regen. That's okay, I guess. And whatever skill this is, it's 80% chance to ignore a fatal blow. Similar to I think what Frevia has and Zargabath, but I'm not sure if it's a 100% chance on those two. But yeah, I mean, it's always good to have a backup plan, I guess. And it says max 1, so chances are what's going to happen is, let's say you survive the hit and you recover back to full. It's not going to happen again until you revive yourself using full raise or auto AoE kind of stuff, like from Riku, I guess. So basically once per revive. Innate dual wield, even better. Self 1 turn 20% HP auto revive, so she can pretty much revive herself. So you could use this skill and then survive, cast this on yourself, and then get this again when you revive. Or alternatively, you could use this AoE skill, and then let's say someone kills you, or if you don't die on that turn, you just activate this, someone kills you, and then you're back up again. HP plus 40%, which is actually really high, and an additional attack plus 50%. That's new, and that's pretty high in my opinion. So let's see. Oh my gosh, where did my window go? Okay, lastly we have 3 turns to evade 2 attacks, as well as a chance to physical counter for 550% damage, which is actually very good. So I can see why she's ranked pretty high in JP. What's her TMR? Where is her TMR? Okay, there we go. So it's a katana, 130 attack plus 20 MP, which in my opinion is really strong. It's higher than Genji Blade by about 13 damage. So if we get this soon, 13? No. Genji Blade is 107, 27 damage, so 23 damage. So if we get this in JP before anything else, this could be the strongest katana we have access to, I guess. To put things into perspective, it's actually 10 damage higher than Excalibur, which, if I'm not wrong, is 120 damage. So let's look at 9S. So 9S is a 4-star base. I think he's a support character. So let's just take a look. Limit Burst, single target hit, 3 turns, minus 30%. Or 54%, I guess. So basically it's a debuff with 100% chance of virus. Yeah, so it looks like a debuff, quite interesting, all the way up to 54%. So a higher critical chance, not impressive, I guess, normal. You have a chance to counter, AoE 900, okay, similar to 2B. You have a chance to, you can do a 999% attack costing almost all HP. HP plus 20%. Chance to dodge as well as counter, 40% chance to inflict blind confused virus. I guess that's alright. Single target hit, 100% physical with 40% HP drain. So pretty much like a lance without the mana drain, I guess. Attack plus 30% is good. 40% chance to inflict AoE paralyze is decent, I guess, and you can inflict stop. So I guess if you use this in arena, it could be quite a pain, given that you have pretty much chance to paralyze or to stop for 3 turns. Let's see. So you have a debuff, 50%. It's higher than Warrior of Light, if I'm not wrong. I think Warrior of Light is 45, I think. I'm not very sure, but regardless, 50% minus Magic and Spirit is pretty high. And then we have the attack and defense over here, which is the counterpart, I guess. The only downside is that if you're facing someone who launches both physical and magic damage, you need to debuff him on 2 separate turns, and you risk getting nuked by either the one they didn't break early on. So as compared to Warrior of Light, which will break magic and attack, as well as spirit or defense. So I guess it's a trade-off. So this is really good. 3 turns, 30% damage mitigation. It's a bit like Sakura's Barrier, except he goes all the way to 6-star, so I guess he has more utility than that. And I think Sakura is 20% only, could be wrong, but 30% is still pretty high. Not sure if this will stack with certain things like Ishtola's Limit Burst or Sakura's Barrier, but if it does, it could be quite good in my opinion. Lastly, we have increased resistance for Ice, Water and Earth, or, oh no, not increase, sorry, it's a debuff, so you reduce, basically it's imperil by 50%, Fire, Thunder, Wind, or Ice, Water and Earth. So he could pair up really nice with Tidus, in the sense that he could reduce water by 50% without needing Tidus to use his Limit Burst early on, and you can just go ham on him. Fire, yeah, I think he'll be a good choice for Tidus if he comes out, or when he comes out, given that they have confirmed it already. Let's see, what else? If I'm not wrong, they confirmed something else. Oh yeah, here we go. So, National Consensus Quiz. You guys can't see it. Give me a second. Can you see it now? Yep. So basically, this quiz right here, players were basically required to go on stage and answer a few questions, I think, and all FFB Global players will receive in-game rewards depending on the result of the quiz. So from what I know, the result was basically we will all be getting 30% worth of trust Mughals, so we get 6 5% trust Mughals thanks to them. So yay, I guess. More trust Mughals the better. They should have more of these. I think it's pretty cool. And so this is some of the artwork. And yeah, what else? One more thing. Oh yeah, they confirmed that Ariana will be coming back again with a new unit. I'm not sure if she's supposed to be a boss or something, or if she's gonna appear in the far plane. So yeah, other than that, I think that's pretty much all the news that was released due to the FanFest or from FanFest. Yeah, as you can see, this old stuff. So yeah, I think that's all for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, remember to leave a comment, like the video, and subscribe for more future content. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.